What's up, desktoppers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today I'm doing my preview and predictions, my top 10 predictions for the 2021 Yamamoto Cup Pro being held in Rome, Italy. It's going to be a battle once again between Nathan De Asha and Samson Dauda. They were the top two of the UK Arnold Classic. Also, we get the addition of a ton of great competitors as well, including Roelly Winklaar, Theo Liguera, Andrea Presti, who just competed in the Olympia, Milan Sedak, Tim Budesheim, and many more. So let's get straight into this one. So I'm going to go from 10th all the way up to first. And before I get into it as well, there is a pay-per-view as well. It's streaming-ifbbpro.online. The link is in the description below as well. So make sure you get on there, support the live webcast, and also make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding, including all my coverage of the 2021 Yamamoto Cup Pro. But let's get straight into it. I'm going to start from 10th and go all the way up to first. In 10th, I'm putting Boyan Ivanov. Now, this guy has an amazing physique. This is a recent physique update that he posted up. As you can see, he's got awesome shape. Maybe his legs are a tiny bit down on his upper body. I haven't seen the back and what his back actually looks like, but very, very impressed by this guy's physique. A guy who I don't really know about. I have seen his name on a competitor's list before. I do remember seeing it, but haven't actually seen him put a name to a face, and he looks awesome. So if this guy comes in really on, this could sort of be the dark horse of the show. So in 10th, I have Boyan. In 9th, I have Jamie Christian Johal. Pretty much the biggest guy in any lineup he walks into in terms of height, at least, and he's always around that, 290 to 300 pound mark, I believe, when he's on stage. The guy has an aesthetic physique, especially for a guy who's 6'5" as well. He's got round, flaring quads. He's got a small waist. He's, really bringing up his weaker body parts. His front lat spread is a knockout pose. So he's really, really strong, and he's so hard to know where to place in a lineup. And I think he's waiting to get to that point where he's undeniable. He has a certain amount of size, and with his height and structure, he's going to be undeniable in lineups. And I think he can get to that stage too. And it'll be very interesting to see what this guy looks like with an extra 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds potentially of muscle on his frame, and just to see how that would look in, a big show like an Arnold Classic or something like that. But Jamie Christian Johal can place way higher than this in this show, just because he's one of these guys where you put him either above a bunch of these shorter guys or you put him below. But in this lineup, I have him in 9th because it is super, super deep. In 8th place, I have Robert Taylor. This guy's almost the opposite, like a little bit shorter of a bodybuilder, very, very thickly packed with muscle, comes in great condition. I cannot wait to see what he brings into this show. I do think he's actually prepping as a 212 competitor. I thought he was going to do some 212 shows, but I believe he did the Alicante show, which I think was only open as well. So he's got an awesome physique, and I think that he's going to be one that we're going to be talking about for a few years to come as well. In 7th place, I have Tim Budesheim. Now, Tim's an awesome competitor, so putting him down in 7th was definitely hard to do because he hasn't placed that low this year, but this lineup is really, really deep. But Tim brings a lot of grainy, shredded muscle, which I think, if he comes in how he's come in at his last few shows, he'll probably place higher than 7th because some guys will come in off. But for this lineup, I'm sort of predicting everyone will be at their best or close to it. I'm putting him in 7th place. In 6th, I have Milan Sedak. Now, this guy has an awesome shape. Love his lines, his flow, everything. It's just whether he has enough size or not to match it with all these top open guys. Now, I think he does. He almost reminds me a little bit of a Mark Dugdale in terms of his physique. Really, really pleasing. He looks like he's in great shape by his recent photos, and I think he's going to do really well in this lineup. 6th place doesn't sound super high in a smaller show, but I mean, it is a quality stacked show with lots of really good Europeans in it. So Milan Sedak I have in 6th. In 5th, I have Andrea Presti, who just competed at the 2021 Mr. Olympia. Finished in last place, but obviously 16 competitors, 16 of the best guys in the world. So it's no slight on him whatsoever. Now, where he fell down at the Olympia, I believe, was the leg department a little bit. Also, when he opened up into that front double bicep, everyone talks about Hardy's delts, but Andrea's biceps were suspect, unfortunately, and it did look obvious on stage. So I don't know how much that will hold him back in this show, but I think that he's made some solid improvements. Hopefully the biceps calmed down a little bit, and it was something that sort of had been done recently around the Olympia, because we don't want to see that sort of damage on his biceps, or that look at least anyway, going into other shows in the future. But I think Andrea Presti has his biceps calmed down and everything like that. He can definitely place higher in this lineup. In 4th place, I have Theo Liguera. Awesome physique. Love this dude's physique. Thickly muscled, nice shape, poses well. It was 3rd to Nathan and Samson at the UK Arnold Classic, and was a clear 3rd in my opinion. Here, I think he can place 3rd once again, but here I have him in 4th just because Roelly Winklaar, who I have in 3rd place, I think that he might come in a little bit more crisp than he was at the Olympia. Now, Roelly just finished 11th at the Olympia, so you sort of put it into perspective. He's still 11th in the world. He still beat out 5 guys at Mr. Olympia, whether he should have or not. I mean, that's up for debate for sure. I mean, he was a bit bigger than he was in Alicante at the Olympia, but to me, he looked worse because his condition wasn't as good. And he's a little bit up and down now with his physique. It seems like he hasn't got the flare back to his quads, and it sort of makes his physique look a little bit blockier. His waist is maybe a little bit wider, and just a flow of his overall physique just doesn't flow the same as it did a few years ago when he's placing, third in the Olympia. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I have Roelly Winklaar in 3rd place. The potential to place higher, but I don't think he will in this lineup, and definitely the potential to place lower here as well. In 2nd place, this one was really tough. I know both Samson and Nathan. In 2nd, I have Samson Dauda. He looked incredible with UK Arnold Classic. Now, Nathan De Asha does short preps, so I think Nathan might have a little bit longer to improve, maybe a little bit more, and we saw Samson at his all-time best by far. And for those reasons, that's why I'm putting Samson in 2nd, but Samson can definitely take it to Nathan. I thought the show was super close at UK Arnold Classic, and I think that Samson can win this show, but will he be able to catch Nathan off? Nathan never really comes in off. So that's why I have Nathan De Asha finishing in 1st place here. And Nathan, it was a battle. He lost certain shots to Samson, no doubt, and he won certain shots, no doubt, like the front lat spread. He dominated that one. But some of the other shots, Samson really took to Nathan. So I think it's going to be an awesome battle. Once again, as long as Samson can stay out of his own head and, stay focused on just himself in this contest and, come out, pose aggressively like he did at the UK Arnold Classic and just be confident and follow the same plan he does, for the first show of each contest season, because he typically fades a little bit through the contest season and Nathan sometimes gets a little bit better. So I think Samson can do it. Will he do it? I don't know. I'm predicting Nathan in 1st place here. He's sort of a safe bet. He's the, the known entity, but as we saw at the UK Arnold Classic, it was super, super close. So I cannot wait for this contest. Make sure you head to it's streaming-ifbbpro.online to order the pay-per-view. It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait for this show. Let me know in the comments below about your predictions. What's your top 5, your top 3, or who do you just have winning this show? I want to get your opinions on this, so make sure you do put it all down in the comments below. If you guys like and appreciate this content, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. So for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.